guys? Welcome back. How are you doing? Welcome back to the Sound Design Hangout, the SDHO for short. Figured you guys probably knew that. And I hope you're doing well. I've been doing some soul searching, and I was working on the last video, or maybe it was a couple videos ago. It doesn't matter. These come out delayed, whenever I want to put something out. Sometimes I feel like being on video and doing these things. Other times I feel like not, and just doing the editing, putting it together. And I for some reason it was the wavetable one, which is the one that I'm like working to finish and put out right now, even though I'm recording this in the future. And I was like, something about it, I didn't want to like rewatch it one last time and make the edits, cut out the fat. That I kind of do them in like two swoops when I do the video production stuff. And the reason why, and I've run into this before, and it's what is it, like middle-ish November of 2023. In February of next year, 2024, that'll be 2 years since I've been putting out videos consistently here on the channel. Smash a like if you've been here over a year, and then smash one if you're new, and just keep smashing. Anyways, regardless, but I was like, oh man, I don't feel like watching this. And the reason why I didn't feel like watching it is because I wasn't really sure about something. Every so often, as I was saying, it's sort of like, it sort of weighs on me that every so often, I'm like, you're doing too much talking. You're not doing enough Ableton, even though like I don't intend for this to just be an Ableton channel anyway. But I'm like, maybe you're like going off too much into the weeds. Maybe you're being too crazy. Maybe you're doing too many of these voices. These voices that I do. Maybe you're doing too much of that. And then I'm like, why do I feel this way? I'm like, this is weird. Like, I don't care. Like, and anyways, I had an epiphany today, and I felt I needed to share it. To share it for the people who have been watching for a long time, share it for the people who have maybe only been watching it for a short time, and regardless of what group you fall into, happy you're all here, and grateful that I can make this content and have people watch it, because I could make this content, but if no one watched it, it'd be like, well, what the hell's the point? So I'm definitely very grateful, and we're gonna do a lot of cool things. And I'm going to explore a little bit about more what the epiphany is before I jump into Ableton. Because, you can see the Ableton. We're going to do some Ableton. And what are we going to do? I'm not too sure, but I know we're going to have fun. I have a loose idea of what we want to do, or what I want to do. And I'm going to tell you the epiphanies. And the epiphany is pretty much on pace with what's happening right now, which is me talking, me entertaining, and kind of my thoughts on that. So cheers. How have you been? How has your week been? Tell me about it. I will listen, and I'll give you some good feedback. Go. You've been using Ableton. You're making progress. But sometimes you watch Ableton tutorial videos on YouTube, and it seems like someone's using a different Ableton than you, and you're losing your mind, and you think you're going mental. That happened to me too. It's just that you can like minimize and maximize things in Ableton, and you know what I mean? Like you can resize things, and sometimes it can seem like someone's doing something different. Or like, hey, how come when he's doing that in the MIDI editor, it looks all pretty and colorful, and mine looks different? No, it's all the same thing, really. You're just gonna get better at Ableton, and you're gonna love it a little bit more. Stick with it. Don't give up. and realize that it very well might be possible.
You guys can own SDHO 66, the thumbnail. You can also purchase any of these other thumbnails. You will be verified on the blockchain that you own that artwork, no one else, exclusive. I create these thumbnails in Blender, a 3D computer graphics application, and this is a little look inside the Blender project.
That you're called to do this, or any creative endeavor, not necessarily because you're supposed to make the greatest music in the world, but because like this or anything creative or otherwise, everything's ultimately a creative act when you ultimately boil it down. If it comes from a good and pure place. But you could say that you're doing it because it gives you a deep soul satisfaction. You know, when you connect with your soul, oftentimes it can also be called your higher self. You're like connecting with that higher dimensional divine aspect of yourself. And when you do that, it feels pretty damn good. And that's who you are. You know, you're not connecting to some musical God energy. Like, it's all you, or it's all us. We're just here experiencing this ability to be in human form with the current consciousness, but able to experience expanded senses of awareness. How are you doing? How are you going and flowing? What was the epiphany that I had before we launch into some of the Ableton? Well, that's precisely that, is that I've been getting nervous a little bit lately, that I've been doing too much talking and jibber jabbering, and it made me like, where I was like, you know, I don't even really feel like watching this because I don't know what to do. I don't know if I should take out this huge chunk of video. Like, you know, should I just chop out all of these parts? You know what I mean? I try to do as little editing as possible, to be honest with you. And so like things didn't really feel right, and maybe this is something that you might benefit from. You know, if you're feeling kind of uncertain, unsure, sometimes that's like keyword for take a step back, let, you know, quiet it all down and let like your soul speak. Don't even try to look for the answer. I think it's been said that sometimes the greatest answers come through when we're not thinking. You know, like information comes through not when the mind is busy, but when the mind is quiet, when the mind is tranquil. And so I was meditating today, as I often do. I'm going on about 8 years right now. Consistent meditation, which I'm going to teach my way of meditating at some point on this channel. That'll be interesting. And it all made sense after like a couple of days of being like, oh God, why do I feel so weird about the SDHO right now? Is it the dark demonic forces is trying to screw with you? Don't listen to him, Gemini. Don't listen. But I was like, no, it's okay. Like, do whatever, because I'm not doing this for any company that's paying me. I'm not doing this for advertisers. I'm not even doing this for myself. I'm not even doing this for anything. I'm not even doing this for Ableton. I think I'm actually doing this just to like, and this might sound weird, but whatever, you know, to serve humanity, serve like people that perhaps are tuning in because we're supposed to be connecting. And what I came to realize is I do a lot of things with this channel, and one of them is entertainment. So if you like this, you like these SDHOs, forget Ableton for a second, because who knows in the future, I don't think I'll ever stop doing Ableton ones, but like we're gonna do a lot of other topics because like I'm just as deep and heavy into Ableton as I am a lot of other things, which I think if you've been here for a while, you know. But yeah, think about it as I'm here to entertain. I'm here to be your friend, you know. And I'm here to. That sounded very prophetic. I'm here to basically let you into my world. So if you like being entertained by me, if you like me telling you, hey, we is friends, hey, we're having a good time, I'm also here to teach, educate, but like, this is also like entertainment, meaning like I'm trying to entertain you, so I might be a little bit more animated. And that's why I'm happy, because a lot of you probably found your way to this channel because when I started making these regularly in February of 2023, actually no, February of 2022. Yeah, it's going to be 2 years. In February 2022, I made like straightforward tutorials, and then I started the SDHOs, and I basically haven't looked back. And I knew I was always going to make a sound design hangout. We just hang out, we chill, we make stuff. But I realized there's a reason for it. Like, that's what I want to make. Like, I want to teach and educate, but I also want to entertain. I want to inspire. I want to motivate. And then, like, I'm a very spiritual person. I don't like that word. It's a cliche, whatever, but you say the words that will resonate with people and make most people understand. And so, yeah, I guess I just wanted to say that because I was like, well, what if people think that, like, because it's an Ableton channel, if, you know, like it's just like Ableton stuff or whatever. No, it's not. So I think I might have some sort of like phrase I say where I'm like, hey, we're here, it's entertainment, you know what I mean? Like, this is mostly like entertainment, and anything else you get from it will be a benefit. And I'll always let you know like what we're going to work on. So we're going to work on Ableton today, or we're going to have fun with Ableton. We're going to hang out with Ableton, but we're going to be having basically just fun. I hope you enjoyed, you know, me going over the most common forms of synthesis. By the way, I did that. You can hit these triangles, but the same thing is do Command Option L, which, shit, I don't know. Command Option L if you're on a Mac. You know, it's like, I don't know what it is on a PC. I don't use a PC. Chances are, if you're watching me, you probably already know, and probably doesn't matter that much. So I hope you enjoyed. And it's so funny too, because talking for like 12, 13 minutes right now, however long it is, that was like what I felt uncomfortable about a little bit. And who knows, maybe I'm just a little bit anxious in that area right now. So whatever. But like, it's very fitting, because like that would be a thing I would think I wouldn't be able to do. And sometimes, like, yeah, I do talk about things that like are maybe off topic, but whatever. I feel like the person I envision watching this is here to be entertained and satisfied by the content versus like some straight up Ableton head or something like that, or whatever. So, what do I want to do today? Well, as I was mentioning a second ago before I went on another tangent, you know, I was excited and inspired to do subtractive synthesis in Ableton, show you it with the beautiful analog and with the wonderful brand new Everyone Has It drift. And then I did DFM synthesis with the operetta. And then we did the wavetable synthesis, which actually could be potentially and possibly is considered the transitional synthesis, along with the similar methods that you would do in the sampling devices, and then also getting into that wonderful Max for Live device, that wonderful one called the granulatia, doing the granulator synthesis. And then we went to the physical modeling synthesis with the collision. and then we went to the electric, and then we went to the, how do you say, tension. Not the triton. The triton is crazy. It is evil. I don't understand it. I don't trust it. Oh my god, as Chaos Lady entered the building. Smash a like if you like the Chaos Lady, if you even know who that is. Tension. And then I thought about it. Washing clothes. Washing blankets, actually. Because my little cute chubby doggy Chonky, every so often there's like a... I won't get into it. He's such a good boy. So here's the thing. I realize there's another way that I should probably mention, which is kind of quite similar to certain things you could do in wavetable synthesis, which is where when you modulate, so I thought I should get into this before I move on to anything else, which is when you modulate the actual waveform. And when do you do that? Well, come into this analog if you want to follow along, and make sure you drop a square wave, also most appropriately possibly called pulse wave, because the only reason, and actually what you could also more precisely call it, a rectangle wave. Someone said, hey, why is you be calling it a rectangle wave when we all know it's a square wave? You got a square, you got a rectangle. What is you, some kind of stickler? What is you, some kind of stickler? I'm gonna report you to the authorities in Berlin. I heard they're very strict about that stuff. They may set you straight, Gemini. You might have to start calling it the appropriate things, Ratcha. Rectangle because it's only a square wave if the amount of time it's up is the same amount of time it's down. That would be symmetrical. That would be a square wave. But it ain't quite like that. You want to know why? And let's make sure we're in this tab. Now, if you're trying to follow along and you got any of this good shit down here, deactivate it. We don't need it, okay? We just want these top three, okay? Oscillate CA1. If you didn't have that enabled, you wouldn't hear anything. Filter 1, well, yeah, we're going to use it, so let's keep it open. You don't need that. It'll still go from the oscillator, but amp 1, volume, you need to have that on or you won't hear anything. And so back into this shell. And by the way, when you click these, it will update in the visual display. But going back to oscillator 1, and we got this wonderful square wave, which we will more appropriately call rectangle wave or pulse wave, because when you see this pulse width, let's hit a note. Let's begin with it. What's you got to hear? Let's go. No. No. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. No. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, let's go to the audio effects and let's drop a spectrum. Wonderful. Wonderful. So, big and bright. This is a C note at 66 Hertz. Now, rather than using our filter to sculpt the harmonics, the other way is if we modulated a square wave. Let's go to this pulsy width. That's a pulse width modulation. That's the other way. So if we go to drift, which is also another subtractive synthesizer, you'll see it does the same damn thing. See this shape? Let's go to the oscillator. Let's get that square wave. And let's play with the shape and do some of that pulse width modulation. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Someone said, hey, mate, I just started listening to you. How would I be modulating that on my own so I don't need to be, moving up and down on my own? What can we do with that shit? Well, I'm assuming if you're following along, you probably have the LFO. So you want to go to the audio effects. Now, you could do it in here, but like I like to see visual movement. So what I would do is I would go into the how do you say, audio effects? And I would drop the LFO. Drop the LFO. Click map and go to this shape. Lower the depth. Wonderful, wonderful. So that's another way to do some of that shit right here. And you can go to like these other ones and do that as well. But as we saw, it's kind of like the same thing though. You know what I mean? Like you have your like set waveform and you like alter it. I mean, it's basically the same thing going back to the wavetable synthesis. Okay. Because, like, yeah, you know what it looks like. Yeah, you know what it looks like. Ooh, this looks nice. You can go, because, like, you know, you can go through the wavetable. You got it right here, left to right. But you can do these other things, like down here, this, like, warping area. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's kind of similar. And, but, like, I wanted to show that because I wanted you to see how we could do some that on the other ones. And yeah, but there was something else that I wanted to get into. Okay. I think I'm gonna drop an operatia. Take a deep breath, guys. Ready? Take a deep breath. Ready? Hold on. Take a deep breath. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. So when you take those deep breaths, you want to like breathe through your belly, breathe through your diaphragm, you know, breathe in through your nose. You don't want to be breathing high up here. We'll get back into the meditation episode. Hey, mate, you know, I like you and I like that Ableton, but it's be getting too stressful over here. You keep talking about dropping the meditation SDHO, but you is not dropping it. Why is you lying to me? Everyone's lying to me. You know, I love how these like repeated things just like come out and they're funny and they're fun. So yeah, I wanted to talk about that stuff that I just did briefly, quickly. Now I want to do something different before we go into different things, which is why I know I'm not going to title this video. In fact, you guys are literally, and I don't want to manipulate or encourage certain behavior here, but I think it's pretty wild that when I put out an SDHO, I either title it or I don't. And when I don't title it, you would think less people would watch, but more people do. Which is crazy, which means I must actually have a really awesome, good grassroots movement. So what's up? Smash a like on all of your channels. Thank you for being here. I want to see, and this is going to be quick, because after I do this, I want to do something else and start making a couple of different things, different patternings, some drums, and some other stuff. And I want to make like a nice chord or maybe a pattern just with sine waves. And then I want to see if using some like nice modulations, like a phaser, like a flanger, like a chorus, with perhaps some delay, can make something really vibey, ambient-y, because the majority of the time we're using like, because like, you know, the sine wave is just the fundamental, and like you have all the harmonics, but like the sine wave is just a fundamental, there are no harmonics. And most of the time we're working with these harmonically dense sounds that we then put filters on and other sorts of things that will modulate, manipulate the harmonics over time. I've been hearing all of these like wonderful, beautiful sounds, and I'm like, you know, I hear all these wonderful modulations, but I don't think it has anything to do with the harmonics. But as we saw, that then just leaves other things, like audio effects, volume modulation. So I want to see if we can get something really nice. And instead of holding down these big fat chords, I just want to hold down one note and get a chord. So I'm going to go to MIDI effects and drop a chord. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I'm also going to drop a pitch because I want to play C3. I'm playing my laptop keyboard, so I'm going to, drop it down, but one. Because I'd rather be B. Actually, drop it down again. What is this one? A sharp 2, A sharp 2. Wonderful. I'm going to start going faster, maybe not talking as much. Is that okay? I think I need to switch brain modes, switch into the right hemisphere of the brain lobes, get out of the left brain hemisphere. You already know. Let's go. This is go to the audio effects. Go to the Fizza Franzia. Turn the dry wet all the way down so it's all dry. Let's try the flanger. Let's go back to the fascia. It sounds very good. Very, very good. I thought I heard some pops. Might as well go to the double. Oh, I didn't think it was going to do that. Doesn't that sound wonderful? Something else, just deactivating, bypassing. Something else I found was very good with just a sine wave is some reverb. I'll be honest with you, I'm really liking the sound of this, and the way that this particular kind of like the way that makes me feel, which is why I'm gonna also be teaching you guys digital art, which you're gonna want to know. Like, you probably watch me and you probably want to make music or already making music and or both. But like, let's face it, whenever you post your art anywhere, you're gonna want to have a piece of art. Why not make the damn art yourself? And why not make it seem similar to what's going on in your mental when you're listening to it? You know what I'm saying? It's like wintertime. You're staring across a big empty field. Far, far down, there's like a barn or a farm, and it looks so small because it's so far away. And it's a view of spaciousness that you don't quite see a lot where you happen to be from. And the sun is going down. For some reason, the sky, the horizon, the sunset looks a little bit more purple, looks a little bit more colorful, might even be some shades of pink. And like, feels like you're in a dream. And maybe there is some side of you, some part of you that wishes you were in that dream. You know, a place where you are essentially a much more free, expanded, more highly aware being that is unbounded by, let's say, the physical dimension, the constraints of time, of place, of order, of frequency, of magnitude. Outside all of that, a place where you're always free and you just want to get back to that. And maybe that horizon, maybe that sunset, and you think about how you're feeling and where you're at, and you just stare at it and you're like, I just like wish that I could just be so completely free, like that sunset, like this amazing nature that I'm seeing. You know, what if that was me? What if I could just be free and just, you know, experience life, experience higher dimensions and feelings of well-being? Something that's quite a bit different than down here in this limited dimensional vibrational frequency. Collision. But I don't want to just like play Collision. I want something to play. Well, hello to you too, Chonkush. Well, hello to you too, Chonkush. Right on cue. Sometimes I'll like walk in the door and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, Chonky, how's the Chonky? How you do, Chonky?" And then I'm quiet, and then all of a sudden I hear, like as if he like wants to say hello, and it's, "Oh, hey, Chonky, he's good, he's good." Yeah, Chunky's a sweet soul. So I want to like click play. No. So what we need to do is I want constant notes, MIDI effects, and if you don't know about the preziecja, then you're welcome. Put on free. Making me go mental. Propsy code, give me a Pro 7. Yo, dude. Negative 3.3. What do you gotta say? How come we's getting all of them threes? How come if you look up here, you also got a 3 and even another 3 right here? How is that happening? How is we getting there? Is you in the golden age? Has you been connecting with your multidimensional self? Has you been going quantum? What is going on? Hold down shift if you want it smaller. I want it to play in time, so I'm actually gonna come back to here. Drum synth, drum synth, drum synth, drum synth, drum synth, drum synth, drum synth. Kicky drum, kicky drum, kicky drum, kicky drum, kicky drum. What I like about this is like, shift right arrow. No. No, we need to move it. Fuck. Grit. Duplicate, bring it down. Give it the groove, give it the groove, give it the groove, the groove, the groove, the groove, the groove. Switch the groove. Now lower the timing. We're using this one. Ready? Let's go to let's get the beat, repeat. idea that it would even sound this good. It just be happening. It just be happening. that I put this glide on here. Don't forget about that glide on this synthesizer. You's all been good. How is you doing? Is you misunderstood? I can't believe this sounded good. Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Just muting the drum track. Ready? Now what I'm hoping for is if I click this button, it'll capture the shit that I just played, even though I wasn't recording. Let's go right chill. Not very good. But we don't want this. here's what we want. Here's what we want. Ready? This is what we want. Because we're on repitch. Gotta go to repitch. Check us out. $77 BPM. 77. Okay. This sounds amazing. I fucking love it. I love it. BPM, are you in? We's going out to dinner. Where you going with Brent? I need some steak, I need some wine. I will be telling you that I be doing fine. I might throw it out into the atmosphere of the records of the astral, of the Akash records. I'm accessing the Akash records and I'm telling you that we need some a little bit better flows. What do you know? I'll be perfectly honest, I don't ever rhyme, I don't ever do any of it, but I am trying to merge with the hive mind. You ever heard of that? I think something's trying to come through, it's trying to come through us. It's like a perfect picture plus, it's like humanity and AI trying to merge together, trying to bring us together. You know, I heard one of these kind of interesting things that says that the AI is not actually good or bad, it's just how we use it. Kind of reminds me of the technology. So how are you doing? How is you going? How is you flowing? What are you allowing to take over your life? Hopefully it's not your wife. Is it making you feel good? Is it making you feel bad? Is it making you feel mental? The only important thing is that you're feeling true to who you are as a vibrational, creational consciousness being. You know, energy consciousness is the same thing. Why don't you get your minds out of the streets, out of the gutter? You know what I'm saying? Why don't you keep on going and flowing? Why don't you create a plan for what you know and what you like? If you said, hey mate, these things ain't coming to me live, I gotta reframe me brain. I would say take it easy, release the pain, be easy to yourself, be good to one another. I hope you had some really good fun. I hope you had a fun, good time hanging out with me, Poog. I hope you was doing well. I hope you were enjoying the entertainment. I hope you were enjoying something a little bit different. Some of that wham bam thank you man is very good, but when you want to just hang out, take it easy, you want to hang out with your friend, you want to be knowing what's going and flowing, you know what I'm saying? I think these beats is good, I think this is coming from the heart, I think it's coming from the heart of Gaia, of Earth. You know what I'm saying? We's from here, but we's also stardust. We's from the cosmos. We's from the galaxies. We's from everywhere. You know what? We's even going farther. We's even going multi-dimensional. We is going quantum. You know what I'm saying? We might be here in this dimension, in this frequency, but we is still connected to all of them. We're just focused into this one. My whole objective is to get to the other ones, to reunite myself, to rebalance myself, so I feel good. But there's a reason why we came in here, came into this hood. It should be understood that we be going good, that we be doing fine. We don't need anyone to come here to protect us from the mind. We be going far, a lot more farther than anyone ever would expect that we could. It's misunderstood. I think we are a little bit misunderstood. It's because all these stupid agencies, these governments, these stupid industries, these stupid three-letter agencies is all full of bullshit. These the bullocks, man. Here's the thing, we's retaking back this society. We's taking back all of it. We's taking back all of it with our minds, with our consciousness, with our music, with our dimes. You know what we's saying? We's plugging out of the fiat currency. We's going back into the Bitcoin cryptocurrency, Ethereum cryptocurrency standard. Be good to yourself, be good to one another. I hope you've been doing well. Thank you for coming out tonight. It's been a very good night. God bless yourself, God bless one another. I just want to say, I've seen what you've been doing. You've been doing well. Keep it up, keep doing it as you can be doing it. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you don't have any energy left within you. It's still coming through you. Perhaps maybe you haven't even considered that the entire reason why you are so damn tired is because there is a major energetic frequency, vibration, consciousness coming through thee, and that we're only here to grow and ascend to our more evolved ascent, and it could only happen here on the planet Earth. We're going through an ascent, an ascension through the higher dimensional vibrational frequencies. Be good to yourself, be good to one love, 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 one love.